Glauco does BJJ episode 25. And there goes the microwave. It's gonna take a while to get heated up. So let's do this. Just came back from training. Sorry about the microwave noise. I'm just trying some multitasking. So before I forget, I just thought I'd just do this, right after training. So today was a little bit of a summary of the last, I want to say 3, 4 training sessions where we did close guard, we did some butterfly stuff. And today, the usual warm-ups, the mobility yoga stuff. Then we did some takedowns and we actually spent a little bit more time on the takedowns. We did one of the classic ones, the collar grip, collar and sleeve, spread, down with the base, push, grab the leg. In my case, I would grab his right leg. Pull, here push, and then maybe also togari or something. Then the other one, the newer one, was a little bit complicated, and that reminded me of the takedown we learned in Lecce that came from wrestling. So that one you kind of shoot, but on the outer. So for instance, I would shoot with my left leg, but not in between the feet, but on the outside of the right feet. Then I would grab the right leg, get my head close to his body, okay? Then I would change grip, put the calf in between my legs, change to underhook here, and grab with this hand, grab his other knee pit, and then do the takedown like this. The alternative to that would be no underhook, just hold on tight, grab the knee, and then squeeze and kneeling down and pushing him down. So that was that. And the main new thing we learned today was the clamp. So that's from closed guard. Giuliano showed it that we are in closed guard. You do a cross face like this, pull him down to you. Then you start opening your guard ever so slightly then you lean to the left side. You put your right feet like this, if this is the quad of your opponent, his left quad, you put your feet like this. So that's one part of the clamp, glued to the body and to his neck, ideally. And with the other, you turn around to the side, from close guard to the side, and then you have your left leg like this, and you clamp it down here. So that's the clamp. And then from there, he showed us a kimura. So you just then push, the very first thing is he grabs your chest, and then you go like this, and then you start the thing. Okay. Then for the kimura thing, you just push his arm like this, like this, like this, or you go for the kimura grip and then turn around like so. That's the main thing we learned. For sparring, it was short sparring rounds, 3 minutes. Let me just reheat this because it's never hot So for sparring, I did 2 rounds with I'm not mentioning names anymore, sorry. I did 2 rounds of sparring with a brand new white belt, and I think we did a little bit of stand-up, and then I don't remember what happened. Maybe I did a ogoshi or a guard pull or something. Yeah, I think at some kind of guard pull he went for the close guard. There was a bit of fighting going on. I tried to sweep him, but it didn't work. Then we landed in half guard, and from half guard, I just hugged him, and I turned around like this. And then from half guard, I went chest on chest, real heavy, head on the mat, almost a body lock or a crossface ahead, and then I slowly slid my right foot out, came into mount, and because he was a brand new white belt, I mean 3 or 4 lessons, obviously he didn't, put his elbows to his body, and so they were kind of like this, and I just moved on up, and then I put my head down and I went for a cross collar choke. It wasn't the most beautiful cross collar choke, but I did it. Haven't done it in a while. And then we just did another round, which was a little bit more competitive. I showed him the trick with the gluing the elbows. And that one was a little bit more competitive, like a back and forth scrambles, but, trying to defend, counterattack, and so on. That was the second round. The third round was with Luke. He's a guy that moved to Bern specifically I want to mention him more. Anyways, well, this guy is my age, but he's strong. He's like lighter than me, but he's such a strong mother. And, did a bit of stand up. He bumped his head into my head. I was kind of salty about it. Then I forgot about it. Then I actually did a successful guard pull, and it got him in my close guard a fair bit. And one thing I tried to remember was Roger Gracie's video of denying him my chest, of denying him. So I just cross-faced him first and foremost, and then I just tried to go for his hands or his sleeves. And that was already a better approach than what I usually did, which was just go into close guard and hope for the best. So that was cool. And then he escaped, though, the close guard. Somehow he landed into mount, and I just could not bridge Upa him away. And we ended there. But we had a good round. And he was the guy also that after all the sparrings, we actually talked a fair bit. He's a really cool guy. Yeah, I just had really nice chats with him. Then after him, it was the young, small white belt whose name shall remain nameless. And man, I was already like gassed out a bit, and he's so much energy. He's 10 years younger, and he just goes for it. And what happened there? I don't remember. I think we were in stand-up, and he just tried to, throw me, and it was just so unfair, really. So I decided to go just into a seated guard, and he passed my guard immediately. Came into mount, and I think I did the mount escape that Milan showed me again. I mean, that is such a good mount escape. The tuck and then mount escape. And he weighs like half of what I weigh, so that is not very hard to do. Then in the close guard, he tried to cross guard choke me, but his grip was like here, he didn't really have a tight grip. So I just hung in there, and then the round was over. But it was good, it was good. Then after that, I just hung around with the third guy I sparred with, and there you go. A little farty. A little fart. Anyways, who the fuck cares? I'm just watching these anyways. So then, yes, okay. So then, yeah, I chatted with a lovely guy. He's really scary looking. He has lots of tattoos and stuff, but he's a really, really kind dude. Very effing strong. He trains like a madman. He trains so much. And he's preparing for a comp in 1.5 months. And really cool. Had really great hang with him. One more thing I want to say that left a slightly bitter aftertaste in this whole thing today, which, I love to go and train there. The facility is incredible. I just have to stress this. But I'm just kind of lacking like the human aspect. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. So, obviously, at the end of the session, you stick around, you want to chat with a guy or two. That already is not happening too much, but so it was like 9 o'clock or something. And me and this other guy, white belt, we were the last ones to be on the tatami. And the way we were, informed that we should get a move on, take a shower, and go home was not, the way that I would have preferred. So they didn't go like, okay, guys, come on, we're trying to wrap it up, hop onto the shower and see you guys, next training. The way they did it really irritated me. And I'm going to say this here. To me, that was a very, very Swiss thing. Or lacking humanity or social confidence or whatever you want to call that. The way they did it was not by talking to us like human beings, but the way they did it was they just flashed the lights on and off in the whole building. And to me, if I see this, this reminds me like, am I like a bum in some mall that, is not asked very kindly to leave? That's how I felt. Okay. Don't want to make this a therapy session here, but because the last one was also leaning in that direction. But I did learn from it, and it stuck in my mind. Even the thing that I learned last time, which was maybe in a more negative fashion from the higher belt. But so, anyways, that's how we were informed, and that left a little bit of a bitter aftertaste because the training session was so great. I thought just today was everything was great. The warm ups, the guys who I trained the techniques with. Shout outs to the guy who beat cancer. He's 51 years old and he's kicking our asses. Shout out to that guy. Wow. But just left that bitter aftertaste, and so then I changed and I went to the sauna, and 5 minutes or so, took a shower. The guy, I think he's one of the owners. He came into the sauna to see if somebody was there. I was just finishing my shower. And he's like, we're gonna close soon. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way out. Like again, can't you just say like, yeah, if you wouldn't mind, we're closing in a couple of minutes. Like, is that so hard to do? A little bit of humanity, a little bit of like being a nice human being. It immediately made me feel not welcome in that place, which obviously in that moment I was, but, or I wasn't. But still, I think that can be communicated in a different way. I never ever remember, I don't remember one single instance where in Italy or southern Italy, where I train also, that was the case, or I left the training like this. And mind you, when I was finishing my shower, there were still six official minutes to go. So I had plenty of time to get changed and, go out. But the way they kind of stressed me, um, yeah, just thought that was super fucking lame. And if I was a dick about it, I would write an email and be like, I don't like them. But let's don't be. Just wanted to drop it here, right? This is the Glauco BJJ journey, episode 25. So, yeah, that was the training session. One more thing. After the 20th training session, actually, pretty much after I came back from Italy, it did something to my conditioning. So, right now, I feel like I'm not as destroyed after the training sessions, and that feeling is amazing to be able to absorb more. Also, I'm starting to assimilate the pieces better. I mean, my guard is still ass, my passing too, but I'm starting to get the basics together a little bit, and that is a really really empowering feeling. I'm still nervous every time I go to the training session because you have to fight people. But I think it's a good nervousness to have, and it makes me feel human. So for as annoying as that last part of my evening session was, the all the other big part made me feel very very alive and human, and had great talks. So the next training session will already be in Salento, so I'll talk to you guys from there. Episode 25 is in the books.